Thanks for hitting up the channel, folks. I'm Andy, your Electric Geek, and today, as the thumbnail suggests, we're going to be playing Bladerunner, the Enhanced Edition. Although there's not much enhanced about it, it's had pretty terrible reviews. It's pretty much just a straight port of the 1997 PC version, I think. Some people are arguing that was even better than the one that's on the PS5. But I have played an hour of it and I've quite enjoyed it. I never played it on the PC. I'm a massive fan of the movies. You can see in the background there, got my little poster up of Blade Runner, the original. I really like 2049 as well. On the channel, mainly what I do is I cover kind of 4K Blu-ray reviews, home cinema, I do unboxings of collector's editions. I'm a bit of a movie nut basically, but I'm also right into gaming, and this is my first kind of foray into it. I thought Blade Runner would be a good one to do because it is my favourite film, so it crosses over nicely with what I've been kind of doing already on the channel. But yeah, that's pretty much what it's going to be about. We're going to play Blade Runner. We're going to do it in like 5 parts, I think 5 parts anyway. There's 5 acts, so this first video is going to be Act 1. I have played it already, but after Act 1 it's going to be all new to me, and who knows, maybe some surprises in there, but it'll be a bit of a walkthrough, talk through, casual. I'm going to be behaving on the way through it, but I won't get too drunk, I promise. And just hit up the comments, let me know. I've not played it. If you played it before, let me know what you remember of it, help me out along the way if I'm missing things and whatnot. I like getting platinums for games that I really enjoy, so I might go back and do the platinum, so any tips you can give me to tick them off if you've done it already would be much appreciated. But yeah, let's not mess about, let's not keep these hanging on any longer, let's get in about Blade Runner, the Enhanced Edition for the PS5. Okay, so let's start a new game. What do you reckon? Should we play it in medium? I judge people that play it in anything less than medium, but seeing as we're going for a casual playthrough vibe, we'll go medium, I think. Player personality, let's go use a choice, let's make it up as we go, start a new game. I'm liking it already. I'm liking the little nod here to the movie. Early in the 21st century, the Tyrell Corporation advanced robot evolution into the Nexus phase, a being virtually identical to a human known as a replicant. The Nexus 6 replicants were superior in strength and agility, and at least equal in intelligence to the genetic engineers who created them. Replicants were used off-world as slave labour in the hazardous exploration and colonisation of other planets. After a bloody mutiny by a Nexus 6 combat team in an off-world colony, replicants were declared illegal on Earth under penalty of death. Special police squads, Blade Runner units, had orders to shoot to kill upon detection of any trespassing replicant. This was not called execution, it was called retirement. So we're starting off just like the movie, if you've seen it. Awesome. I mean, the full motion video is a little bit ropey, a little bit compressed, but loving hearing that Vangelis soundtrack. Actually got really cool artwork similar to the stuff that's in the background there of the spinner in the LA setting, but I just haven't got around to putting it up on in the room yet. Okay, so
I'm leaving now.
Lucy, my sweet.
I cleaned out the tiger cage and sorted all the meal bins. So, if it's all right, it's my turn to fix dinner.
Haven't you forgotten something, little one? Just
this guy's no creepy at all.
Little thing.
Mr. Runciter, please.
It's been a very long day.
Oh, I missed that Runciter, you dirty bastard.
Now, Lucy, I thought we'd settled this last week. Don't let's forget who pays your salary. We're closed. Come back tomorrow.
Serious piss vibes going on with Lucy here.
I told you, we're closed.
We're not here to buy, little man. We've come to sell.
You can't possibly have anything to interest me. These are extremely rare animals of the highest quality.
What a coincidence. So am I. That is the price for
So I think we've met our first replicant, folks.
Oh, please, don't.
And what else might we interest you in today, sir? Perhaps some virtue?
Not my animals. Please, I'm begging you.
But what of honor, little man? At what price? Honor.
Oh my God, no! That tiger is the rarest specimen ever seen.
Tiger, tiger, burning bright. The forest of the night.
PR 61661, report to precinct headquarters, code 3, repeat code 3.
I was just finishing up my 12 out on patrol when I got the call. Welcome relief, considering that the most action I'd seen all night was a schizoid grandmother doing the shimmy in her underwear in the second sector.
Yeah, so far the aesthetic of it is just fantastic. I think if you like the films, even though this is dated, you're going to enjoy it. The top-down shot of the building there's like straight out of the original movie.
Report to division headquarters, code 3, repeat code 3.
Last time I had a 3 was when some hooker vomited Thunderbird on Bryant's desk, and yours truly
Thunderbird?
led the cleanup crew.
Surely not the Scottish Thunderbird.
Year and a half on the job, it was still the dirtiest work I'd seen. Where's Captain Bryant?
Took a sick day.
Couldn't get the license for him, you
This
mean?
case of ptomaine poisoning. He asked me personally to run the unit in his absence.
Gouza was one of the old-time guys who took their knocks in the streets. He had a friendly way about him, but you didn't want to turn your back on him if you were less than a friend.
Hope you've been enjoying your leisure time, kid, because it's time to take that thumb out of your ass.
Hallelujah.
Don't get too excited. The other Blade Runners are all jammed up.
better get a name drop.
Dinner
Oh,
for a
Holden.
straw. Gaff's working the Tyrell break-in and Steele's working special undercover. Looks like you got this one by default.
You really know how to make a girl
So
feel
Gaff is
wanted.
obviously he was a character that was in the original Blade Runner. If you've not seen it,
Runciter'S zoological.
played by James
Charges me a
Olmos.
schizoid glitz, but we got the call.
So it's kind of hinting
Old
that
man Runciter
this
lost
is
something like a
pretty much
billion
taking place at the
chimneys.
same time as the events of
10 to
Blade
1,
Runner.
this ain't a job for Rep Detect.
You got something better to do? Perfect your French cooking, maybe?
Slumming tonight, Slim?
Potential
I thought
love
you were on
interest.
special assignment.
Wasn't too damn special after I had the suckers out.
What happened?
Couple of fours were masquerading as fibroplast insulators down at Kaiser. I dressed up like a nurse. They never had a chance.
I'll bet. You put him on the machine?
Hell no. There's a beautiful little thing in here called the magic, and it ain't ever been wrong. You develop it, you got a brilliant career ahead of you.
I'm working on it.
What's Gouza got you doing tonight?
AM at Runciter'S.
Animal murder. Oh, those skin jobs got no respect for anything that
It's
truly
not touched on
lives
as
and
much
that
in the movie, but in the
goddamn
book,
Eldon Tyrell ought to be
the
zipped into
whole
a
like, how
body bag and
prestigious
flushed to deep space.
real animals
rid of him,
are
we'd
in
be out of a
post-apocalyptic LA
I think we're all over
is
due
really
for a
kind
little
of
off-road paid vacation.
heavily hit home. So if you
Stop
like
staring at my
real
ass
animals
now.
are proper
You got
rare and
eyes in the back
expensive.
of your head?
Most people will use synthetic ones.
All you gotta do is ask, Slim.
Hence the animal murder's been taking precedence recently. Yeah, the wee Asian women.
Animal sales was a profitable
On the
and
screen
prestigious
and-
business since most real animals had died
It's
out
so
after
like
the
that original
Terran
movie.
War. There were plenty of electric ones, though, powered by rechargeable batteries. No self-respecting human would own one of those frauds.
So because just talked about what I'm saying there, that you were seen as kind of lesser if you had a fake animal. Anyway, so this is point and click. My theory here is that I'm just going to sweep the whole screen and watch for it going green, because I'm a bit of a completionist that way. I don't like to miss anything. It's quite hard to make out, but I think that's a clue on the ground there. So let's have a look.
Find something?
Piece of chrome.
From a car?
No, I think it's horse chrome. Bag it and tag it.
Right, dude, what's happening? Why are all these people here just for a straight animal murder? Let's see what they've got to say for themselves.
Canvass the area. Maybe somebody had his eyes open.
I'm on it.
What do you know?
About 30 counts of animal murder and one of aggravated assault. The shop's been thrashed. You ought to see this tiger cub they got in there. It's a goddamn tragedy.
How's old man Runciter holding up?
State of shock. He's been moaning and complaining about his world caving in.
Right, so he's actually alive.
You'd feel the same way if they were your animals. How many perps?
At least 2. Bloody footprints all over the scene.
Must be a delightful sight.
mean, the graphics aren't brilliant, but they're not that bad. I'm sitting super close to the screen here, by the way, because the way I've set up the camera and stuff, I'm like pretty much on the nose of my 65 inch. It's not ideal, but make it look even worse. But yeah, so it's like click an X to walk, double click to like speed up, try to run. The controls are really clunky, but I'll get into how the clues work in a minute.
Scratches and paint flecks, and I knew what they meant. Unless the city had bought a jet black fire truck, somebody had a big fat traffic ticket coming.
Right, so I'm guessing the chrome and the black scrape marks on the fire hydrant are the getaway vehicle.
I already checked for a crowbar, some kind of tool. No luck, but it looks like we've got some latents.
Make sure the lab boys run them through the mainframe, human and rep.
Okay. I don't think there's much else I think Blue means to get back to the car.
Canvass the area. Maybe
I'm on it.
I thought I might have an answer. Right, let's get in and see what the score is.
Judging from the distance between the prints, I was looking for two very big men. One dragged his right foot, indicating a possible injury or lameness. The other appeared a lot more controlled, graceful even. Quite a pair.
Oh yeah, let's speak to this sleepy bugger. First, get the
McCoy,
score.
LPD.
I'm absolutely certain Lucy Devlin was involved in this heinous act. She's the young girl who works for me.
She's responsible for all this mayhem?
No, of course not. It was two men acting in concert with her, obviously.
Obviously.
This
What they
guy's
look
just an
like?
arsehole, isn't he?
Big and scary and absolutely malevolent.
Right, let's start walking about. What do we go for? Let's speak a bit more.
Can you think of anything they might have been after?
First, I thought they wanted money, but I don't keep any in the shop. Then I thought they wanted to steal my animals, but they started executing them.
Could they have been replicants?
Who else would be capable of such barbaric acts?
Hey, stop walking away. I'm finished talking to
Do you
you.
ever do any business with the replicant manufacturers, Tyrell Corporation?
I resent that accusation.
Just wondering.
Officer, last May I personally sold Governor Colvig an exquisite Bergeron colt. I have been a guest at his house on 3 separate occasions. Do I look like I need to carry artificial product? I'm ruined, totally ruined.
Tell me about this Lucy.
There's not a lot I can tell you. She's only worked for me for about a month. She's about 14 years old with pink hair. A very attractive young thing.
How'd you find her?
She came to me with a reference from Ogilvy's in the Northwest Zone. And he's a very reputable wholesaler.
You treat her well?
As well as any young tot should be treated.
She got a desk? Or someplace where she worked?
She used to eat over there.
Like she's an animal herself. Right, let's have a look about what we got. So we spoke to the big man.
My precious one. She was
He's
my
pretty
baby.
unlikable. Don't see anything else that's obvious. CCTV camera. What do you know? I can play this bit before.
Ruined, totally ruined.
Yeah, let's see what he
You
has.
got any discs from that camera?
It's irrelevant. Those murderers also destroyed the camera. Thousands of Jinyens worth.
Maybe it photographed them before they shot it out.
I guess you've got a point at that. I believe this is the disc from last night.
So
Peachy.
each of these things you pick up like a clue, and you can go into, I think it's called the Kai database, by pressing the kind of main button, the middle button on the PS5 pad, and it's obviously been designed for a mouse and keyboard because it's a bit of a nightmare to navigate, but we'll get into that in a wee minute. Let's have a look and see what else there is in this crime scene first. I'm the type of guy that
ruined,
when I'm playing games,
ruined.
I like sandbox type games, and I don't leave any stones unturned because I quite like doing platinums and stuff. So, but I have already done this bit, so I kind of know what we're looking for. So you can see the stuff you can interact with kind of sticks out because it's not rendered. It's not rendered like the rest of the backgrounds.
A toy dog.
Toy dog. What else have we got?
Howie Lee's in Chinatown. I'd eaten there myself.
Possible lead. The voiceover works quite well in the game as opposed to the movie. I never liked the voiceover in the movie. I think I'm in the kind of majority with that. I know some people like it, but it works well in the game, obviously.
A candy bar. Yuck. Well, isn't that cute?
Some of the voice acting's a bit dodgy though, isn't it? I think that's everything that's in here. Don't think there's anything else really. I've done the video camera. Speak to him again and see what he has to say for himself.
See if you can dig up that reference from Ogilvy's.
Yes, it's somewhere here. Just a moment.
Oh, he's about to get.
Here you are.
Stick around. I may not be finished with you.
Yeah, I think that's the generic little bit of patter that comes out when you're done. And I've nothing to give you. Right, let's see what this.
It didn't add up. Animal murders, the lack of any theft. The small animals alone were worth a good chunk of change on the street. It seemed more like an act of vengeance.
Someone that's connected to Lucy, perhaps?
Find anything else out here?
This woman says she saw that kid who worked for Runciter hanging around with a big fat guy last week.
Cool.
Canvass the area. Maybe somebody had his eyes open.
I'm on it.
Is he anything else to say?
Find anything else out here?
This guy lives across the street. Says he heard a crash late last night. Looked out his window and saw a black sedan speeding away from the scene.
Right, so it's the black sedan we're looking for. It's obviously hit the hydrant and left that fleck of chrome, whatever it is.
Canvass the area. Maybe somebody had his eyes open.
I'm on it.
I think that's everything though. Let's get back in the spinner. It's satisfying jumping in the spinner. No matter how many times you do it, you don't have any control over it, but it's just cool seeing it moving up and down and flying to different locations. Right, we've got that disc, so we're going to go to the police station and we'll do some stuff there, I think. See if we can have a look at this CCTV. Look at the spinners in Blade Runner. I don't know if there's like a Lego version of it or like a kind of like scale model toy thing, because I'd be pretty keen to get one if that was the case. If you know there are, then stick it in the comments, folks. Right, so we're on the roof.
Lockup. Ground floor. Mainframe and shooting range. Laboratory.
I'll hit the lab first. Right, before we do that, I'll show you this the kind of inventory work. So you hit, as I say, the main spacebar, and then you get this directory. So it's a bit of a mess. It does tell you how to work it, but I feel I've got to totally concentrate every time I use it because it's just so convoluted. But so it's L2 and R2 to switch sections. So there's only 3. We don't have much at the moment, but so the first crime, and then it's L1, R1 to switch crime. So we've only got one crime we're dealing with at the moment, and then you can just use the right analog stick to kind of flick up and down anything that's on the right side of the screen, and then it's the kind of D-pad and the left analog stick to move on the other side. So you can replay all the stuff that you've like, or you can look at the things you've already picked up. Like
this woman says she saw that kid who worked for Runciter hanging around with a big fat guy last week.
So you can go back and kind of look at it again when we need to kind of re-examine the evidence. But yeah, we've got this CCTV to have a look at. So everything you've kind of picked up is in there. So we've got the 2 male suspects and we've got Lucy. You press up on the D-pad, it'll take you straight into the kind of specific suspect menu, and you can look at the intel you've got in relation to them. And then if you press left and right on the D-pad, you can activate the filters, or just press X on the one you want, so whereabouts, MO, replicant, etc. And it will give you the clues pertaining to them, then you're using the right analog stick to navigate them again. So it is really convoluted, but you get used to it after you've played it for an hour or so. So anyway, that kind of covers that. So speak to this dude.
Got anything new for me, Dino?
I was wondering when you'd show your mug around here, McCoy. We got the animal corpses from Runciter'S, but there wasn't a whole lot to work with.
Bone marrow?
About 50% were real, the rest were fakes.
So, Runciter was ripping his customers off.
State-of-the-art fakes. Miles beyond the crap you see on Anamoid Road.
Pretty surprised with that guy.
The kind that comes from legit manufacturers?
And they're the ones that usually produce the quality.
What about the wounds?
Most of them were shot point blank, but we're looking at some others. Sloppy cuts with a knife, like the perp was really pissed off at something.
Butcher knife?
Could be, but who cuts meat anymore?
Nice bunch of reps I'm tailing. Hope you're not pulling a meat cleaver out of my back next week. Anything else?
That black paint you found on the fire hydrant? It's from a ground car.
You sure?
The angle of impact was almost head-on. And there ain't too many spinning drivers klutzy enough to smack a street-level hydrant in VTOL mode.
I heard your wife got her license back.
You're a real funny guy, McCoy.
I find this so tiring in these types of games. Like, how can you not just stay there until we're finished?
Anything else?
That piece of chrome you found outside of Runciter'S is from a 1995 Pontiac.
Nice set of wheels.
Let's go back to the table
It's
again.
okay, not what I call a classic.
Anything else?
Finish it, mate.
Zip, man. Try me later.
Cool. So you keep going back to how many times you get clues, I think that's how it's going to kind of work. So we'll go to the next floor. I think that's where you can
The Tyrell Corporation today recalled the last 4 functioning entertainment model Nexus 5 replicants from Off-World Service. Dr. Eldon Tyrell, speaking at a shareholders meeting, denied allegations that the model was defective and possibly dangerous.
The simple fact is that the model wasn't performing its designated function. There was one isolated incident of violence a couple of years ago, but the individual unit in question was immediately retired from service. No, the problem is far from anything sinister. The entertainment model just isn't funny.
Lucky Strikes. Crystal's brand. I knew she was spending a lot of time in the training maze these days, even though she'd already gotten close to a perfect score.
So Crystal's that Bladerunner we spoke to at the beginning in the cutscene. Crystal Steel. So there's a trophy for doing this like shooting range. So you can see I haven't done a run yet. McCoy and Steel is the top score, but it's an absolute nightmare. I think there's a bug with it. We'll jump into it and I'll show you what I mean. But there is a trophy I think for getting the highest score. So the Esper room is like the kind of investigation room. So you click this monitor on the right to upload your clues.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Let's see what we've got. The Esper machine. See all the noises and the sound effects are just straight out the movie. I just love that.
Enhanceable images found. Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database.
Now obviously I've already played this section. I've not played the full game, but this gave me goosebumps about it. I love this element of it. I think it's really, really cool.
Runciter crime scene.
The sound effects and the grid, it's just exactly like it is in the movie. It's just awesome. Just totally feel like Rick Deckard here. I totally overanalyse every image though and look for things that aren't there. But right, so you just press X and you use this to enhance. I mean, how cool is that? Straight out of the movie. Then once you zoom in, you can use circle to kind of enhance on top of that. If there is anything, it'll be really apparent that it'll zoom in, but if it just kind of zooms in a couple more frames in, it's because there's nothing really there. But having played this one, I know that there's, well, certainly nothing that I could find. There isn't really anything of evidential value in this first slide, but that might be in the second one. So we'll come out of this one and we'll look at the second image.
Runciter crime scene.
Right, now we're talking. So there's the suspect. So as I say, zoom in, see if we can pick an ID up. vehicle, the 95 Pontiac they're talking about. There we go. Smile, you son of a bitch.
He looks familiar. Give me a hard copy of that.
Right, so we're on to something with the suspect now. I don't think you can get the second one. So he's obviously the second dude that's been hanging about with Lucy, and he's been seen in Chinatown district, according to the street witnesses. Oh.
Runciter crime scene.
I just got a bad vibe of a Runciter, and I was like trying to zoom in on this, like totally overthinking it, thinking that there'd be something incriminating in this iPad thing, but there isn't. You can't even make it out. So don't waste your time if you're like me and think you're a bit of a detective. So let's see if we can get the vehicle details. I'm sure you can. Zoom in on the Reggie. I'm just not doing it right. Hold on. Yeah, I know you can do this. How'd you do it? There we go. When it comes back out and back in, it's almost like a little cutscene, so that's when you know you've hit something.
A black ground car. Looks like it's been around the block a few times. Give me a hard copy of that.
So that's obviously the one that's been banged into the fire hydrant. We kind of know about that, so I don't know how he's going to trace it though. Right, so I'll show you this gun range.
Well, if it ain't Ray McCoy, Bryant finally letting you play with the big boys.
My clearance come through?
You bet. You bring your piece?
Don't leave home without it.
Steele's been running the maze every other day for 2 weeks, and the targets are getting a little roughed up.
I thought Gouza was going to requisition some new ones.
I ain't seen him down here in a month. Guess he's been busy.
Poor guy. I bet he gets all tuckered out from pushing those papers around.
And don't sell him short, McCoy. Gouza could be one tough hombre. I remember when we worked Vice together. He poured acetone on 2 pimps that gave us some lip and lit a match. I'll tell you, it looked like the goddamn 4th of July out there.
Peachy. You keeping busy, pal?
Nah, the place has been pretty...
Right, so I think he's getting there still. So you just go in here.
Hit the lock, Jack.
I guess there ain't no harm in it.
Okay, so this should be straightforward because it's just point and click on the targets, but sometimes it doesn't register and you end up getting shot.
Do not shoot innocents.
Maybe I'm just crap. You can watch this gameplay and, see, and tell me if I'm just rubbish or not, but I think there's something wrong with it. So all you're doing is aiming at them when they pop up and then shooting with the circle button. I don't know if it's about positioning yourself in the right place or something. There you go. Okay, so that was an absolute disaster. Hey, so my gameplay has been pretty bad so far, so maybe I'm just shit, but I've done better before. I thought it was circle to shoot, it's circle to put your weapon away. I think it's just the one with the guns you shoot. But like, what the heck? I'm pressing X and it's not registering. So I'm pressing it just now, but he's not firing. Still not firing. Still not firing. Baby. I'm pressing it, but it's not firing. It's just bizarre, like it wouldn't let me fire there until he shot me and then I shot him. I'm not really sure how it works. I know you can change the ammo, maybe it's like you have to do a manual reload or something. I've only got one type of ammo at the moment.
Completed sequence. Proceed to next station.
So yeah, I think it's a bit crappy. I know I didn't get off to a great start there, but I was all at the time aiming at the thing, and I'm firing, and it just won't register. So you can do better this time. A lot of people have got the trophy for this, so it must be doable. So I must be doing something wrong or whatever. Maybe you get better ammo later on or something. I'm firing. Or has it got to be where you are or something? Because it responded straight away to that one, but it didn't with that one. So that one was nice and responsive. That one. Maybe you can only fire when it's blue or something. Oh, he's a bit sneaky. I think she's got a baby. Not firing. Just getting fed up. Shoot everything. Ah, take it, man. From what I've played so far, there's no like really intense action sequences, thank God, because the gun seems a bit ropey. I mean, I was supposed to deal with that guy. If anyone's watching and knows how to do this, please drop something in the comments for me. I'm missing something. Not really sure if it started or not. Oh, there we go. Fire! It won't let me fire. I got in a bit of a roll there. I wonder if it's a sequence to them or something, I'm not sure. These ones have been better. Not firing. Am I out of range maybe? Do you need to be closer to those ones? fire. I think that's it. Oh, no, maybe not.
Completed sequence.
There we go.
Proceed to next station.
It's absolutely dull as dishwater, this range. I just wanted to get the trophy for it in case I decide to platinum hunt it. And I just want to kind of know, in case there is something I'm doing wrong for later on, don't I actually need to shoot people for real. There we go. We've came a long way, haven't we? Okay, who's playing this? I feel like it's crying out for a remake though, Bladerunner. Maybe when we get the TV series, 2099 I think it is, or 2099 is what it's called. If that's successful, then who knows, we might see game adaptations, which would be really cool. I think Blade Runner would totally lend itself to like the next gen. I suppose Cyberpunk is kind of heavily inspired by Blade Runner, which I've yet to play.
Completed all sequences. Proceed to exit.
Right, let's see what the damage is. Probably's not popped, so it must be a cramp score. I think you see your score up here. Not too bad. Right.
Old copies of case files, notices, and memos. The usual station junk.
Right, let's get back on it.
Ground floor. Ground floor. Ground floor.
We're doing here just to show you this, like, it's pretty cool. It's the way they've shot this. This sequence is exactly like it is in the movie. Which is quite nice. We're fans of it. Obviously Bryant's on holiday, whatever it was. Let's speak to this dude.
Bryant go on permanent leave and you get full use of the office, Lieutenant?
You know the procedure. Dump it all in the mainframe upstairs and I'll read it later.
You got it. Sorry to bother you, Lieutenant. I was just checking in.
We'll get back out there. Those reps ain't...
Yeah, suicidal targets would make my job a lot easier.
Everybody's got a...
What do you know?
Zero that would interest you, Detective.
Head back up to the spinner and we'll head down to Chinatown and follow up on the lead down there.
Roof.
Chinatown. I think it plays pretty well. Like, I think these scenes are just like straight out of the movie. Like, this is where they get Deckard at the beginning.
Real sushi was a luxury reserved only for the elite, since most sea life had become radioactive after the Third Terran War. The rest of us had to eat new sushi, soya mixed with off-world lichen.
Yeah, it is a shifty character. Let's speak to this dude.
Beautiful night, isn't it?
When business thriving, night always beautiful.
And we'll start with small talk, just soften them up, eh?
What's real fresh tonight?
Special shipment of Toro just arrived. I fix you right up. No one else. Clean as a whistle.
You're Prince, Howie. Excuse me, pal. McCoy, LPD. I want to ask you a couple of questions.
Sorry, my man. I just don't got the time.
You're a pretty smart-looking cat. Want to make some money?
Pay me large, you got my rapt attention.
Depends on how much the information's worth.
Unfortunately, my man, I got a bug.
Got to mix more out back.
Dynamite dining, old man. Catch you later.
Excuse me, pal. This from your place, isn't it?
Could be. Chopstick come from Yoshi's restaurant supply.
I think as employees who we're looking
How
for.
long has that chef worked for you?
Zubin? Just months. Superior chef. Makes all kinds of new sushi.
See you later, Howie. Howie says you're a master chef.
You not come back here. Air bad.
This'll only take a minute.
Straight to right, come.
I'm looking for a girl, about 14 years old with pink hair. You seen her?
I don't know her.
Very aggressive.
There's a test I'd like you to take. It won't take too long.
Test? What kind of test?
Kind of a personality test. Totally routine.
Routine? Ah.
Oh, nice. I didn't dodge that last time. Oh! That's new.
Lightning Squad, Rep Unit, Battle of the Gemini. I'd retired a war hero, someone who'd fought for the freedom of the off-world colonists. The poor guy kind of reminded me of one of those Buffalo Soldiers, blacks who had killed and died for America, yet weren't allowed to drink alongside whites. And maybe, just maybe, the photograph validated his own existence. I've gotten all I can from that. Locked. I've gotten all I can from that.
So when I played this the first time, he knocked that big pot, and I was just sitting there, obviously half asleep, and the pot goes all over you and knocks you down, and it takes you ages to... Oh.
Chill it, man. Just took a wrong turn back there, that's all.
Take your business elsewhere.
An excellent idea.
God, there's a bit sus, isn't he? Aye, so he knocks you over, and then you take ages to get up, and then you go out there, and by the time you get out there, it's too late, kind of thing. You get up there, and he's just gone, and that's the kind of last you hear of him. So that was pretty cool.
Nothing even remotely interesting, but hell, if I was going to root through trash, my expectations weren't too high. So bring up the clues and see, because I've not had that one before. Ah, right, so we actually know who this guy is now. So he's like an off-world combat replicant type thing. What is, so we know who he is, right? Let's have a look. So we've picked up the license plate, which I'm assuming is going to be off the black sedan. And what else do we have? Zubin. Lightning Squad, Rep Unit, Battle of the Gemini. So this is going to change it up for me because I didn't know this last time, so maybe when I go back to the police station there'll be more. That's how heavy he needs a new sous chef, man.
Sorry about that, Harry, sir.
I need to ask you...
He's not interested.
See you later, Howie.
See you later, mate. Absolutely no mention to the fact that he's blown away your employee. Right, so... Where to now? Let's go back to the apartment, check that out. It's decked out the same way, same kind of decor as Deckard is in the film. It's pretty cool. You'll see in a little second. Oh, who's this? I recognise that gate. Is this Gaff?
Rumor has it you've been earning your stripes, McCoy.
Working on it.
Keep it up. You just might have a future in this business.
I understand it's got a hell of a retirement plan.
You VK the mark before retirement?
Didn't have to.
That's why they call it the magic.
I'm starting to understand.
You ever retire a human, your career is over. Remember that. I checked with UN Air. Looks your rep swung that moonbus massacre last month.
They ever find the moonbus?
Disappeared into thin air. Brian thinks it crashed out in the Kipple.
How many reps we talking about?
Enough. They're Nexus 6s, so don't take too much slack.
Gotcha.
The Kipple is all the kind of wasteland. If you've seen 2049, that sequence when he gets shot down in his own car, that's like what the Kipple, just out in the kind of no man's land, the wasteland. So it has similarities so far, I would say, to like the original movie, the storyline of dealing with a kind of band of Nexus 6s. That's so cool.
Your floor number, please.
It's just like it is in the movie.
Roof. Apartments.
Can't remember what Deckard's is. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be 88F.
Ground floor.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
I lived with the best gal I'd ever seen. She was 2 now and full of life and love. She'd cost me about a year's salary, but she was worth it. It was good to have someone warm nearby after completing a dirty job, and the retirement swag from this case would go toward getting her a partner. Maggie, come here, girl.
You dog got to treat yourself.
Who's the best dog in the whole world? Here you go, baby. Dinner time.
There we go. So you've got the void comp, not the void comp, the Esper like machine, like he does in the movie. You can kind of review his evidence. I just love the original
Zubin was
soundtrack,
the
and it
first
really adds to
Nexus
it.
6 I'd come up against. There was something in his eyes, an almost primordial desire to live. Most of the 3s, 4s, and 5s I'd seen would just give up when you had them. But these 6s, they were a whole other breed.
You could just stay here and listen to that and get immersed in it. It's very like the shot of Harrison Ford when he's got the Johnny Walker on his balcony. In the world, like the world design and the way they've imagined it is pretty good for 1997, you know. I'd kill to see like a proper remake of it done with the next gen graphics. See what's in here. Silent. You can turn this TV on. Yeah.
Violent street crime in the city rose again last year by a whopping 26%, according to the latest figures from the Department of Justice. Governor Kolvig attributed the change to the dramatic increase in the number of specials registered as city residents and promised a tough new set of standards for the City Immigration Bureau by next month.
All this kind of like subtext and All this kind of subtext is pretty standard now, isn't it? But I suppose back in the day, it's pretty layered and pretty ahead of its time.
Portrait of the sleep deprived.
Got your delivery here, man.
What?
Kingston Kitchen.
Oh, yes, right. Hold on.
Is this what the gravity be like on Mars?
Oh, no. It's about a third of what we got here on Terra. Real comfy. How about turning that dial, okay? When I say... Oh!
Please, can you control your rat?
I'll have you know that Ricky's a purebred chihuahua, and he's totally real.
Things going good at Tyrell Corporation?
Boring, boring. Old man Tyrell's been on a Wagner kick lately. He never shuts up.
You also do outside work?
Sweetie, I never go outside. It's bad for the glands.
How about Nexus 6? You know a lot about them?
I think you should be going now.
Understand good, it holds deep meaning for me now. Where be your research on Nexus 6? I need test studies, contacts, the works.
Only simulator. Extraterrestrial gravity.
One more minute, you be swallowing this explosive. 3 more minutes, they be hosing you off the True Life building across town.
No, I swear. I don't have anything. If I did, I'd give it to you.
My people sick and dying. You tell me something.
Talk to Dr. Tyrell.
Tell me something I don't know.
The organ designers, Miraji, Hannibal Chu, Luther and Lance, they're closer to him than I am.
Where?
DNA Row. They're all working down on DNA Row.
You one miserable package, man.
No! No, please, don't!
Pick up.
Hope you aren't camped out there with a bottle of tequila.
Very funny.
Early bird slays the worm, McCoy.
Don't worry, I'm up, Lieutenant. What's the buzz?
One of Tyrell's employees got his fat face splattered all over the marble interior of the Tyrell building.
Inside?
That's right. But we also got a sweet little break at it. Tyrell's surveillance system recorded the whole shebang.
Beautiful. How many perps?
Just one. I don't know if it's related to the Runciter deal or not. Tyrell security will have the disc for you when you get there. You'll be good, killer.
Okay. Show you this machine quickly and then. So you can kind of review what you've already had, what the images that you already have, the intel and stuff.
Runciter crime scene.
I don't really know what the benefit of doing it on this machine is. I think it's any different. I think it's just cool because it's the way Deckard did it in the movie. Gives you another option of where you can do it, but yeah, you can. As I say, you can still examine things the same way you can on the police one. But over a glass of Johnny Walker Black Label. But yeah, that's kind of how it works. I just think that machine's so cool, I don't get tired of playing around with it. Just the authentic, it's just really cool. I don't get tired of playing around with it. It's just so authentic to how it was in the movie. Okay, so I think that's probably a pretty good place to end it there. We've kind of naturally reached the end of Act 1. We've iced our first replicant and we've got another murder on the go, or another incident to investigate. So it's just starting to heat up on the playthrough. So we'll leave it there just now. I hope you've enjoyed it. As I say, I'll probably do it over like 5 episodes or something. There's 5 acts in the game, so I'll try and do it over 5 episodes. I might run a bit longer and do like 2 acts into one or whatever, but we'll just kind of play it by ear. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. It was certainly a bit surprising for me. I thought, I've already played this, as I alluded to earlier, but it ended up going a bit differently to what I thought. That whole bit with lubing and jumping out the way of the scalding hot pot of soup, whatever it was. I wasn't expecting that, and I got the wee trophy for it as well. It was pretty fluky. I knew I was going to get knocked over, but I didn't realise you could jump out the way of it, so that was cool, and I ended up getting a bit of evidence, and it was slightly different for me too. But no, I thought it was quite good. I enjoyed it. I know it's a bit ancient looking, but I'm a massive fan of the game, and I'm sure if you've stuck to the end, you'll have had some nostalgia feels with all the kind of the visual stuff and all the sound effects. Like the Esper machine's amazing. I just don't get tired of investigating those photos. But anyway, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. As I say, if you've liked it, give it a wee like and subscribe so you don't miss part 2. Also, if you can't wait till part 2, then why not sneak into some of my 4K content. I do, as I say, reviews, unboxings, loads of other stuff around physical media stuff. So if you're that way inclined and you like sci-fi and whatnot, I'm sure there'll be stuff in there for you to check out. Alright, thanks for joining me in this playthrough. I hope to see you on part 2, and I'll catch you in the next video.